Hey, morning traders. Welcome to this session, MS. This is the last week we're having this session, and hopefully, let's see what the markets have in store for us. This week is going to be jam-packed with amazing news. Remember, this is the week where on Wednesday we will have FOMC, Fed rate. So we expect a lot of volatility on USD pairs. But let's have a look at today, and then we'll look at the rest of the week. So as we in the next 5 minutes, we'll have the French PMI. This won't have so much of an effect as compared to maybe the German PMI. Remember, Germany is the biggest economy in the European Union. So what happens if Germany coughs in the European Union? These other guys will catch a cold, right? So there's a high chance that this one will have more impact as compared to the French PMI. Okay. Then we also have ECB President Lagarde speaking. This is the ECB President, European Central Bank. The President will be speaking, and what she says could lead to some volatility. So let's see how that plays out. And then, of course, we can see the continuation of the same, Lagarde speaking, and then we also have the Euro PMI, right? And so basic interpretation here is anything above 49.5 will lead to a stronger euro, okay? And anything above 45.3 will be positive for the euro. And then later in the evening during US session, we'll also have the US PMI, and so we expect basically the numbers are that it should be 49.4. Anything above this, if let's say we see a 50 number, then the dollar will definitely strengthen. Anything lower than this, the dollar will weaken. And of course, we'll see the Bank of Canada, Governor McClellan speaking. So this will be at night, 11:20 p.m. And so if you're in a Canadian position, you might want to use some risk management as a way of managing your trades. Remember, trading is not just about entering, buying, and selling. No. In trading, you have to manage your trades. This is where a trailing stop loss comes in place. A stop loss to maybe you move your stop loss in profit to make your risk to make your trade a risk-free trade. So just make sure that you're managing your positions this week. Right now, I mean, if you've been trading for quite some time, maybe you're looking for some Christmas money. Make sure that you don't blow what you already have, right? So observe risk management. There's always a next year, right, to come to. And you see, we can all agree that you've been trading for quite some time. Don't trade out of emotions. Don't trade because you're looking for Christmas money. Trade because your plan has come to pass, right? So if it's where do you look for conditions to buy? They've been fulfilled. Where do you look for what do you look at before you take a sell? If those conditions have been fulfilled, then take a sell, right? Don't trade because you want to look for Christmas money or New Year's money. So just make sure that you're observing your plan, and I'm sure everyone here has a trading plan that tells you where to buy, where to sell, where you set up your stop loss, where you set up your take profit. If you don't miss out on the classes. We have a class that is ongoing right now from 11 to 12 p.m. So make sure that you attend those classes, and their mentorship sessions, and you'll definitely get to learn a lot. So that's it. And then tomorrow on Tuesday, though I'll be having these, there'll be the claimant count change, and so we expect to see some volatility on the pound pair. Pound pairs, sorry. And then we also have the Canadian new CPI tomorrow for 30. We'll have a look at these, and of course the retail sales. And then of course Wednesday we have the GBP CPI, and then what we have later is the FOMC. This is what majority of traders are waiting for. And there's also a countdown. Maybe we can have a look at this countdown that maybe gives you some more details on what to expect. So in the next 2 days, the next FOMC meeting, that is the expectations that we have as traders. Remember, FOMC shapes what will happen, especially in USD pairs. So majority of the guys are saying that we should see a reduction. More guys are saying that the target will be 450, 475 points. So we should probably see the same range, right? This range that that the traders are saying should be anywhere around 4.5 to 4.75. So let's see, sorry, 4.25, 4.5, right? So let's see how that plays out. And those are opportunities, definitely. Then, of course, on Thursday, we have the GDP, gross domestic product news at midnight. 45 minutes after midnight. And so the most important news will be this one, which is tentative, right? Doesn't we don't have a clear timeline to this, the BOJ. So this is why if you're trading yen pairs, this is something you must look out for. Then, of course, we'll have GBP. Also, interest rate decision from the UK. This will be impactful. So you can see clearly this week we have a lot of opportunities, but then again, also this volatility. If you're wrong, then make sure that you have risk management. And also, we have the unemployment claims in the US, and then of course on Friday we have retail sales in the UK. You also have retail sales in Canada. Yeah, I think those are the most important news that we have this week. So let's have a look at today. So the news, the French France PMI has come out. So let's see how the numbers will come out. But like I said, these won't have so much of an impact, right? What will have an impact is probably this one at 11:30, and also at 12, the Euro PMI, right? That's when we could see some impact. So let's go to our charts and see how we anticipate to see this data. So we can see the data has come out negative and here positive. So you can see that mix, right? But then if we go to our charts, there's a high chance this won't really move the markets. Now, let's go to our MT5. Okay, so I think we'll just look at US30. Remember from last week, we were looking for sales on US30 to these price levels, targets, and you can see ideally that played out quite well, and that area has held. So if you were to look for opportunities now once more on US30, what will we be looking at? I will still, so let's remove these analyses. I'll still be looking for sell opportunities. Maybe I would want to map out an order block here, this candle over here. As a possible area of support. That is one area. The other one is on the moving average. That 50 moving average is also an area where I would probably anticipate a bullish push. So if we go to lower time frames, what can we see? So on lower time frames, we still probably anticipate the same. So we could see a bullish push to the moving average. As you can see, the moving average here has been acting as a dynamic resistance, right? Every time buyers push to the upside, they encounter sellers courtesy of the moving average, and they're pushed downwards, right? So we would expect probably the same thing, a bullish push, and then from there we could probably now see some bears stepping in on to push the market down. Maybe to that price level, take profit one, and even maybe to that order block we had mapped out. So we could see US30 get to those areas. Okay, so let's go to the euro and see. So you can see what I've said. There wasn't so much of an impact with regards to the French news PMI. So the last candle. So this is the candle that has just played out at 11:15. So this is the candle. We've seen a spike up and then a spike down, like 10 pips. This is for scalpers. So it has hit an area I was anticipating, that moving average over there. So where would we be looking for opportunities? Now, on the euro, I'll probably want to see a test of this low. This is what you call the Asian low, which is the lowest price during Asian session. And then maybe from there, I could now anticipate some bulls, right? Probably anticipate some bulls to these highs. Then again, there's something interesting that I can see on the euro, and I can see this as a possible evening star, right? If this candle closes more than half of this candle, this could present an evening star. So then in such a scenario, then I'll be looking for sell opportunities on the euro. At least that's what technicals are saying on this one. So go to lower time frames, have a look at these lows. And then I'm going to also look at the monthly low, which is the lowest price in the month of December. You can see that area acted as an area of support on Friday, right? If we look at this area we've just mapped out, right? On Friday, the monthly low acted as an area of support, right? So price came here, there was this bullish engulfing, and we can see price go to the moving averages. Once again, remember I've been saying I use the moving averages as either dynamic support resistance at times, or even areas where I consider as my take profit target. So if you're looking at scalping, the 50 EMA could act as an area of support. The first take profit, and then the 200 could act as the next take profit target. So let's look at now the analysis. What are we looking at? So based on what we've just seen on H4, that there's a possible evening star formation here, then I'm looking at sales at this point in time, right? I'll probably want to see a test of these lows, maybe that hit triple bottom, right? First leg, second leg, and then a third leg here, and then maybe we can now see some bulls coming in. So at this point in time, then I would want to have a good entry. Having a good entry is very important. So let's see how that plays out. So H4, I want to map out areas where we could see some resistance. So I would probably go, maybe if this trade was to spike, we'll probably spike to that high. Remember, we've seen some news coming in, right? So they could act as catalyst to these trades. So go to H1, try and have a feel of this. So I'll probably want to see sell opportunities on the Euro USD, but before then I'll probably want to see some buy trades coming in, and the target will be maybe here, 51, right? So I would want to see how this trade, because this is another block which was the last bullish candle before a major move that led to break of this structure, right? So I would probably want to see this bullish push probably play out to this high, and then look for sells. That will be my analysis. Remember, once again, this is purely educational analysis, right? This is purely educational analysis. Okay, that's EU. Let's see how that plays out in the next 6 minutes, because we've just seen that we'll have some German news, PMI news, and then maybe by noon 12, when we'll be having the Euro PMI. Now that includes everything in the European Union, right? So we'll see where the opportunities lie on that particular setup. But that's the analysis I'm looking at. Let's look at GU. So if you look at my lines, these are areas, support areas that I've mapped out. So let's remove these analyses. So where are the opportunities on GU? So let's go to higher time frames to have a better understanding of the trend. So once again, look at something interesting, what I've just said, the monthly low, right? So the monthly low is around here, right? So this was the monthly low that was set up on, was it 2nd December? And on Friday, bears came to that area, as you can see, and there's now that bullish push of around, whatever, is it 30 pips? Yes. So if I were to look for opportunities on this particular trade, currency pair, so we can see some bit of, would you consider this a bullish and a morning star, right? Like we can see a bearish and then a form of doji, and then you can see some bullish push, and then also we can see a test of last week's low, right? So remember, for those who've been attending the master classes, these are some of the things I've been training, that these lows, last week's lows, yesterday's low, the Asian low, these are areas where you look for opportunities, right? So on this particular trade, then we'll probably want to see a bullish push on it. So let's go to lower time frames. Maybe we could see a bullish push on GU. I would probably want to see that buy trade play out. And on H4, it should probably go to this moving average, the 50, before maybe considering sells. Yeah, so I'll probably want to see that trade play out, buys. Then it's been on a Monday and it's Christmas week. Let's see whether the volatility courtesy of the news will play out, right? Okay, that's GU, USDCHF. So USDCHF, remember guys, from last week we were looking at buys. Remember when this buy played out while we are here during the SNB news interest rate decision, this candle that played out, and we saw some resistance that was on H4. If you can remember this resistance that played out last week, but then again, we saw some sellers stepping in almost 30 pips. But remember, I had talked about this gap. Remember this? Kindly refer to my previous videos on YouTube. I had said that we needed to close this gap, and eventually this gap was closed, right? So this gap was eventually closed, and so with that gap closed, so we can probably see some opportunities on USDCHF. So I had mapped out a high over here. Now if we go to H4, let's see what was this high. This was probably November's high. Yeah, this was November's high, last month's high. So last month's high is an area where I would anticipate buyers to come to, and then maybe sells to play out later. So right now, as we seek, we've seen later in the evening during New York session, we'll have US PMI. So we can see some sells playing out. So let's try and see this from lower time frames. So we can see some sells. Let's remove these analyses. Yeah, so go to higher time frames. On higher time frames, you can see the 50 moving average here acting as an area of support. But for how long will it hold? Let's look at H4. So maybe a bearish push on USDCHF. So we'll probably want to see a bearish push to that price level. And then maybe we could see price now go to this high, last month's high, right? This high of November. Yeah. So basically, I would probably want to see a bullish push after that. Yeah. So that will be my analysis on USDCHF. So we can see Euro USD is going up, right? Let's see whether what will happen when. Let's see what happens when price hits this Asian high. Asian high is an area where there's an accumulation of sellers, right? So if we go through this resistance, right, we could see Euro USD get to that area. USDCHF, we've just done that, and then let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD, we're also looking for buy opportunities, just like the rest of the pairs. So we could probably see a bullish push, maybe that 1 pips to that high. I'll target the moving average. Once again, look at my left, right? You can see this was, I think, on Thursday. Price came to the moving average, the 800 moving average, and there was some resistance, and we can see that bearish push. So I would also anticipate AUD USD to get here also to this moving average before encountering some sells. And we can see even on H4, it's a moving average also, the 50 moving average. I think we can see something interesting for the past, how many weeks? For the past 2 weeks, right? Price has been operating on the 50 EMA, right? So you can see this week, price came to the 50 EMA, seller stepped in. Last week, price came to the 50 EMA, tested the 50 EMA once again, and seller stepped in. So anticipate a bullish push to that EMA, and probably will encounter some sales from there. But so far, that's the analysis I'm looking at on AUD USD. Let's look at NZD USD. So just like the cousin AUD USD, we're also looking for buy opportunities on NZD USD. So we could see this trade push to that moving average, encounter some resistance courtesy of that 50 EMA, sorry, 800 EMA. Once again, if you look at this moving average, once again, the 800 is an area where I would look for take profit targets, right? We can see how some bit of resistance. You'll always have this move at times, and then some bear stepped in. So I would still anticipate that moving average to act as an area of resistance. Yeah, so that's what I will be looking at. If you're looking at something else I've seen on NZD USD, I'll probably, for those who do fair value gaps, right, I'll probably be looking at this one over here. As a possible area that you could see some resistance at around this area. This could probably present a case for sales on this particular trade. Then again, let's see how that plays out. But yeah, I'm looking at that buy that could go either there or to that order block, bearish order block, the last bullish candle before a major drop that broke this structure. So we can see that as an area where there's a possibility NZD USD could also get here, right? Could also get there. So yeah, I think I've covered all the majors apart from USDJPY. So let's have a look at USDJPY and then USDCAD and call it a day. So let's go to H4 to have a better understanding of where we are. So looking at it on H4, I can see something. If I map out another block here, we will see something interesting. So this is the candle over here, right? So if you map out this candle, you will see that resistance playing out, right? So this is the a bearish order block, the last bullish candle before a major drop that led to break of this structure, right? So we can see some resistance playing out. So that area is being tested. Let's go to day one. Can we see something on day one? $154.11. Okay, interesting. So if I were to look for opportunities on USDJPY, I'll probably want to see how it reacts to this high. Uh, 154.11. That's an area where I would want to see USDJPY come to. Seems to be the whole candle, right? So let's see how price reacts to that. So I'm still bullish on USDJPY. I'm still bullish to 154.11. That's like is it 50 pips? 46 pips from the current market price. Let's look at USDCAD. Prepare your questions. Template. USDCAD has been bullish, so let's go to higher time frames. So you can see the 50 moving average here acting as support. Every time price came to the 50 EMA, buyers will step in. And so let's look at these from my left, go to the weekly. If you can't see anything, then at times you just let it pass. So USD CAD, for me, doesn't give me any structure, right? For me, I don't see a structure that I could leverage on. So I would probably want to see USD CAD come and test this high, 42.45. That's like 25 pips. Yeah, I would want to see USD CAD come to test that high. Probably get here. Last week's low. No, this was for Friday's low. And then look for buys from this price level. That will be USD CAD. So I think that's it from my end. We don't have any questions. No, which FVG is better to use? Hillary. Where? What do you mean? So the best one to you always look at it from higher time frame. If you see it on the daily, the better. Right? If you see it from the daily, the better. But from the daily, we can't really see 3 consecutive sell candles on USDJPY. But then on H4, we can see them from your left, right? Was it? Which one was it, baby? It was USDJPY, sorry. So on H4, you can see them, right? You can see all these consecutive candles. On the daily, it needs, let's see whether on the daily there was one. So 1, 2, 3, we already passed. Okay, so on H4 is when you can see some FVGs here, right? So that's why, like, probably we're looking at this push. So there's also another one I've identified here. Those seem small, but hey, it's there. So it's within an area we were looking at, right? So there's that one over there also. Yeah, so those are the 2 FVGs I can identify on USD, on NZD-JPY. Hi John, hi Rob, kindly analyze gold. Okay. Oh, I hadn't looked at gold. Hello, where's gold headed to? Did I miss on gold? Leonard, sorry guys. This is where, like, I love the part where, like, you guys are interactive. I'd missed out on gold. Naona sasa kama mngeniambia, I would have been like, yeah, I'm done. So thank you for that reminder. Let's go to gold and see where we are at. Okay, gold 1, 2, 3 market structure. So go to higher time frames. Go to the daily. So that bullish push is because of a moving average. So we can see all this bullish push, right? This push that we can see here is because of the moving average on the daily, right? You can see the 50 EMA acting as support. Okay, and also I'm sure we can also identify an order block here and it was in line up or two kwa the 50 MA. There's an order block, right? The bullish order block, which is the last bearish candle before a major move up, right? So we can see, let's see, you can see this is the This is what we've just mapped out, the order block. You can see how effective it held. But then again, the better one was now the moving average, which is much lower. So we can see some buys. And okay, so go to higher time frames, weekly. Do you have anything on the weekly? No. Anything on the monthly? No. So what we have is on the daily. And then we can see some kind of, what's interesting is that we are finding some resistance here on this moving average, right? We can see the 200 moving average here. This black line is acting as some resistance, and if you go to lower time frames, you can see now this move is because of that moving average. However, I would probably be looking at buys on gold right now, in line with the GBPJPY, EUR, and I think these other buys that you are looking at, right? So we can see if you go to euro, I've said like this area, the Asian high is an area with some sellers, right? So we can see the sellers have been pushing they're pushing the buyers down. They're being rejected over here. But then again, let's go to the same. I'll be looking for buys on gold. I'll probably be looking for buys to 2680. Yeah, I'll probably be looking at that, but my first take profit will probably be here on this moving average, 2668. So that will be my analysis on gold buys. Wow, interesting. We are close with a shooting star. Oh, okay. So, but I'll still be bullish. Maybe this is an opportunity to buy gold at a cheaper price. But then again, when you see a shooting star, in most cases, then could see some sellers stepping in. But I'm still bullish on gold. I buy to those two price levels. For the gold traders, I've shared that analysis. Any other asset that I might have missed? I think that's it. Okay. So guys, what's your, oh, sorry. Hey, Robert, what's your view on GBPJPY? Okay. Let's have a look at GJ, the beast. GJ. Chat window. Let's go to higher time frames. I'll be looking for buys on GJ to 195.89. That's, I think, 160 pips from the current market price. That will be my take on GJ. Yeah, I'll be looking for buys. I'll be looking for buys to there. That will be my outlook on GJ. So your first take profit would definitely be on last week's high. You see this H4? Your first take profit should be here because you'll encounter some resistance courtesy of the sellers who are here. That is 195.02. That's like 80 pips from now. 70, 75, 76, 77 pips from the current market price, right? So we can see the moving average is acting as support. Then again, let's see how that plays out, but I'll be bullish. My first take profit will be on 95.02, which was last week's high, and then that order block I have seen at 195.98 on the daily. This is the order block I have identified. This one over here, right, which was the last the last bullish candle before a major move that broke this structure, right? So that's an area probably we should see GJ go to. Okay, that's it. GJ Cyrus, I've just done GJ, so kindly have a look at what I've just said. I think that's it, guys. So cheers. Have a fruitful one. This is a week that we have a lot of opportunities. I'll be here on Tuesday. I'll be here tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and let's see how the market plays out. Okay. Otherwise, bye bye.